I've been able to 2x and 3x the sales of several jewelry brands by honestly brute forcing their marketing. Not only their marketing spent, but their marketing output. So output just means I ran a lot of ads for them. A lot. Not 5, not 10, I 30, 40, 50 ads, right? And I think that that is the only way that I have found to be able to actually make sales is brute forcing your marketing. Now, for example, just in my campaign, which I'm just going to show you a little bit underneath the box, I'm just testing hooks at the moment. And this is 1 hook, this is 2 hooks, this is 3 hooks, 4 hooks, 5 hooks. Like I'm testing 20 hooks, by the way. And I think it's just a matter of brute force advertising. It is not a matter of spectacular angle. It's not a matter of differentiation. It's a matter of what I call saturating the market. We want to saturate the market because we want to be the only jewelry brand in our space, obviously. And that's what I have found that works very well for me. I just brute force my way. I don't do anything intelligent. I don't do anything out of the box. I don't do anything that is remotely considered genius way of doing business. I just put an enormous amount of ads out. Now, yes, I am aware about the different levels of awareness of people, and I run those ads accordingly. But frankly, those are 2 different ads that I just run. And then I just zillion them out in terms of creative, like many photos. And so what happens is that I run these ads that honestly, I just edit them on Canva. So you can go on Canva. It's a editing software online, completely free, super easy to use. And I just edit them. So I put different types of post size, a Facebook post size, then I put like a Instagram post size, and then I get a post, I make a Facebook reel post and also an Instagram reel post. And all of these are just sizes, 6x by or 60x by whatever x. I don't care. Canva can do it for me. And I just paste the same photo in there. And that's what I run. And I've been able to 2x, 3x mid-sized jewelry brands with just 2x and 3xing their jewelry sales just by doing this. And I think this is a thing that this guy over here called Grant Cardone, I'm sure you guys have seen him, right? But in this interview, which it would be worth you guys checking out, is that why quality over quantity is keeping you broke. He's basically making a case of you just have to do more marketing or more sales or more outreach in his case. But in our case, we just have to do more marketing. So the answer is, if you are not getting sales for some reason, maybe even your family members told you your jewelry is beautiful. Your friends, oh my God, she's so good at making jewelry. He's so good at making. Right. It doesn't matter because they are not going to be the customers that grow our business. It's just not, right? They might be our first couple of customers, right? The first referrals are always family or friends, right? The first customers are always family and friends, but they are not the customers that are going to scale your business. So, quantity over quality has been something that I just naturally did. And if you think that you have to find the perfect jewelry ad to sell your jewelry, you could do it. I just never found that to be useful. I've been running ads for 3 years, almost 3 years. I've been a media buyer for 3 years. And I've been running specifically Facebook ads for 2.5 years. And I've never seen that a spectacular ad outperforms 50 okay ones. And it's very difficult to make a shitty ad if you follow guidelines. Very, very difficult to make a shitty ad, right? So, in fact, impossible to make a shitty ad. You have 5 different guidelines, right? Which is One is, I'll just show it to you. One is have an offer, have a subheadline, oh, then have a showcase your product, right? Showcase your product in a simple way. Then have a description that this description just has to describe why should they care. And then have a CTA. Tell them what to do. CTA just stands for call to action, right? Call to action just says tell them what to do, right? Click this button, go to my website, buy now, subscribe, whatever, right? It's just a CTA. It's just telling all the audience that are seeing your jewelry on Facebook what to do. And I think that if you just follow these guidelines and you do an enormous amount of ads, like I just showed you, you'll be able to get an enormous amount of sales. At least that has been my experience working with mid-sized jewelry brands. Right? So I think one of the fears inside running more Facebook ads is that you will lose money. So if I run ads, I will lose money, right? I think this is the big fear because it's hard to earn money. But I think this is the fear, right? If I run ads, I will lose money. And yes, sometimes that's the case. In fact, I'll be honest with you. Most of the ads that you run will lose money. But there is a very small percentage of ads that won't lose money. And this is what I want to come to, right? So the market I've seen that it looks like this. It's, let's say, a mountain, all right? Let's make it bigger. It's a mountain, right? And everyone wants, let's say, berries or whatever, peaches. Peaches go on mountains, I don't know. But let's say there are a bunch of peaches on this mountain. But all of these peaches, for some reason, are just here in the top of the mountain, on the top of the mountain. But everyone is here, right? Everyone's there. You know, these are all you jewelry brands. I'll make this a separate one because this is you, all right? So this is you, and that's you. You think that, oh, if I just go up, I don't know, 10%, I will get 10% of the customers. But the reality is that in this 10%, even if you get to the 10% of marketing, right, in your space, in your area, in your local area, for your e-commerce brand, wherever, if you're a brick and mortar store, or if you're an e-commerce brand, 10% is that you will get 10% of the customers. And the reality is that in this 10%, there are 0 customers. Oh, if I go up to 50%, then I'll get 50% of all the customers. The reality is that even in the 50%, there are just 0 customers. 90%. Dude, if I just do 90%, I will get all the customers. Like in the 90%, there are 0 customers. Not 1, not 2, 0. And just in here in this 0.1% of the market, right, where you want to get to with your Facebook ads, here are 100% of all the peaches, right? This is 100% of the reward in the 0.1% of the market. And I've just seen that this is the case. So how do I even get to this 0.1%, right? Is that you have to advertise like if you were a winner, right? So don't advertise 5 measly ads, right? And they are all bottom of funnel, right? They are just trying to get 1 sale, 2 sales, whatever, right? It's not going to work, right? You have to zillion this out times 5, times 5, times 5, each of them times 5, and then do this again and again and again times infinity and just never stop. Now, the reality of it is that I have been able to 2x, 3x, right, the sales of jewelry brands by honestly, this is the secret, by 20xing their Facebook ads. It's very easy to get a 2x increase if you 20x your marketing. And 20x doesn't mean 20x marketing spend. You might 2x your marketing spend, right? But if 20x your output just means amount of ads, then out of 30 ads, right, you'll find 2 at least that are insane killers. And then you can just kill those 30 ads, run these 2 winners, and 2x, 3x your prices. All right. So that you let's say you're earning 10,000 in revenue. Well, if you find a way to be able to in 1 month, throughout 1 month, spend $10,000 on Facebook ads, but you, instead of running 5 Facebook ads, you are able to run 30, 40, 50 Facebook ads, then I've just seen that you are going to be able to charge higher prices because obviously you have a spectacular offer, right? You have to have a really good offer, right? And having a really good offer is just season wrap your offer, Christmas, Halloween, Black Friday, New Year's, whatever, San Valentine, well, whatever, birthday, or spring, holiday, winter, summer, right? You just season wrap your offer. Give them a discount, which is, you can either give them a discount or you can do what I do is give them a lot of free stuff. Like this video right here, it's free. And then just sell them something expensive that they will use, right? So sell them something that's like 3x the price because it's just 3x their value because of this free thing, right? They will, like, net, you are bringing more value to the market and earning more because we brought more value to the market. Remember this 1%, right? Or 0.1%. It's all in the 0.1%, right? So if you have that sort of offer, just like, for example, AG1 has, right? Then, yeah, just 20x, 30x your marketing, maybe more. And I've just seen that works very well to 2x and 3x your jewelry sales. Again and again, by the way. And I have just done the same playbook all the time. I just come in, all right, which is working good, which is working bad, delete the bad ones or toggle off the bad ones. Let's see the ones that are working well. All right, I'll just make 30 of them and let's run them throughout the month. And then your sales just go, right? Now, obviously, if you're having, like, for example, a lot of the fears of, if you are afraid as a jewelry brand owner, if you're afraid that, oh, I'm spending right now $1 and I'm getting back $7. But if I spend more money, right, I'll put $1 in and I'll just get like 3 back. Oh, right. But if you're 50xing it, that 3 is way more than this 7 net, right? This is less of a fear. This is the biggest fear. If I ran ads, I will lose money. And I just assume that, yes, of course, if you run ads like this 10%, you will lose money. You will, 100%. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You will lose money and then you will just toggle all of the ads off. And then you will go, Facebook ads don't work. And then you will be very, very afraid of advertising. Please don't do that. Even if you advertise like the 90%, like, don't do that. You will lose money. And then you will say Facebook ads don't work. Facebook ads work incredibly well when you do it like the 0.1% or to the 0.1%, right? So this is, I mean, I'll just tell you quite honestly, this is what I'm doing for my business right now, right? So maybe you can as a jewelry brand owner, you can get some value out of this. All right. So what I'm first doing is doing a lot of YouTube, which is free, which is free. Then I'm doing a lot of Instagram, which is free. Then I'm doing Facebook ads, which is paid. All right. With the hopes of being able to show you a system or to install a system, in fact, in your business, in your jewelry brand, that is able to 2x or 3x your sales. Because I can promise you to 20x your marketing, and that's all fine. That's up to me. I will 30x your marketing. I will 30x your marketing. That's just me making 30 ads. But that will obviously increase your sales. But in the eyes of jewelry brands, it's like they don't give a shit. What they care is how much more they make, not how much more you do for them, how much more they make, which is, yes, it is the result of how much you do for them, but this is what just the bare minimum, right? If you 30, 40x your marketing, you will 2x and 3x your sales, I promise you, right? So that being said, if you as a jewelry brand owner are afraid of spending more money on Facebook ads because you're afraid of losing money, that's very legitimate. I had that fear too. I think vast majority, in fact, 95% of jewelry brand owners have that fear, and I think it's legitimate, right? So what would I have to do to make it less scary? Well, I can just show you the ads and the amount of ads and the amount of ad spend that these jewelry brands, X jewelry brand, Y jewelry brand, Z jewelry brand, have done to be able to get X amount of sales, 2x, 3 amount of sales, 3x amount of sales, right? If I just show you the ads and I just show you the amount spent and I just show you the X, 2x, 3x in sales, well, I think you will be less scary because you will see that, yes, margins will compress or could compress. Sometimes they don't, but I've seen that they compress. Yes, margins do go down, but you make net way more, as in 2 times more than what you're making right now, 3 times more than what you're making right now. So if you're a jewelry brand owner and you want to be able to get more customers so that you can not only sell more, just outright sell more, but you're able to increase prices so that you personally, as the owner, can make more money, then I have solved this for several jewelry brands at this point, several mid-sized jewelry brands in the US, in Australia, and in Belgium. And I've been able to just 2x and 3x their sales using one system, which I just call the saturation system, which is what I just showed you, right? How to market like the 0.1%, how to market an enormous amount, and this is just how you 2x and 3x your sales. And as an added bonus, I have done it in a way that you don't need to hire a team, photographers, designers, media buyers, nothing. You can do it with your laptop within 5 hours. That's something that I pride myself on. I made a product that can 2x and 3x your sales, and the work that you have to do is 5 hours. Now, if you say 5 hours is too much, don't click it. All right. You will never make 2x, 3x your sales if you can't work for 5 hours to 2x and 3x your sales. All right. But if you do want to 2x or 3x your sales, then I've just solved this several times for many jewelry brands, because if you think about it, if you 40x your ads, it's very, very easy to 2x and 3x your sales. I'll just show you exactly how I did it so that you can copy and paste it into your Facebook ads, run it, and have the same results.